We are learning chapter 2, physical features of India. Today we learn about Purvanchal or eastern hills. See the map. The river Brahmaputra marks the easternmost boundary of Himalayas. River Brahmaputra marks easternmost boundary of Himalayas. Beyond the Dihang Gorge is here. River Dihang is here. River Brahmaputra is known as Dihang in Arunachal Pradesh. So beyond the Dihang Gorge, Himalayas bend sharply to the south and spread along the eastern boundary of India. Here, beyond the Dihang Gorge, Himalayas bend sharply to the south and spread along the eastern boundary of India. They are known as Purvanchal or the eastern hills and mountain. Listen carefully, I am repeating again. Beyond the Dihang Gorge, the Dihang river is here. Dihang river is here. So beyond the Dihang Gorge, Himalayas went to the south and spread along the eastern boundary of India. They are known as Purvanchal or the eastern hills and mountain. So beyond the Dihang Gorge, gorge means a deep narrow valley with steep sides and having river running through it. So gorge means it is the Dihang Gorge. Gorge is a deep narrow valley with steep sides and with a river running through it. So through the Dihang Gorge, beyond the Dihang Gorge, Himalayas went to the south and spread along the eastern boundary of India. They are known as Purvanchal. Now see the features of Purvanchal. These hills running through the northeastern states are composed of strong sandstone, and you know sandstone are sedimentary rock. So the Purvanchal hills are composed of sedimentary rock. The next feature is that they are covered with dense forest. They are having dense forest. Now the Purvanchal comprises Patkai Hill, Naga Hill, Manipur Hill and Mizo Hill. See the hills here, Patkai Hill, Naga Hill, Mizo Hill. These are the important hills of Purvanchal. Now let's see the features. Purvanchal or eastern hills. Beyond the Dihang Gorge, the Himalayas bend and spread along eastern boundary of India, and they are known as Purvanchal. Next feature is Purvanchal comprises Patkai Hill, Naga Hill, Manipur Hill and the Mizo Hills. So Purvanchal comprises Patkai Hill, Naga Hills, Manipur Hills and Mizo Hills. And these hills are mostly composed of sandstone and covered with dense forest. These hills are composed of sandstone and are covered with dense forest. So these are the features of Purvanchal. or eastern hills. So children, as we are learning about the major physical division of India in detail, so we have already learned about the Himalayan mountain. Now we will learn about the northern plains in detail. So our next topic is the northern plains. So our next topic is the northern plain. See the northern plain, this green color, this is northern plain. Northern plain up to here, up to West Bengal, it is northern plain. Northern plain. And I think you all know how northern plain is formed. So the northern plain has been formed by the deposition of sediments by the Himalayan and Peninsula river. See here, the northern plain has been formed by the interplay of three major river systems. Interplay here means by the deposition of sediments of the three major river system. River system means river along with its tributary. So northern plain has been formed by the deposition of sediments by the three river and their tributaries. And these three important rivers are river Indus here, and their tributaries. This is called Indus river system. The Indus river along with its tributary, it is called Indus river system. Then is river Ganga. Here is river Ganga. The river Ganga along with its tributary, it is called Ganga river system. Then is river Brahmaputra here. River Brahmaputra here along with its tributary, it is known as Brahmaputra river system. So the northern plain has been formed by deposition of sediments by the three major river systems, and these river systems are Indus river system, Ganga river system, Brahmaputra river system. See again, the northern plain has been formed by the interplay of the three major river systems, and these river systems are the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra river along with their tributaries. So as you know, the plain is formed due to the deposition of sediments by the river. So the plains are formed of alluvial soil. The northern plain is formed of alluvial soil, and you know the property of alluvial soil. The alluvial soil are most fertile soil. The alluvial soil are most fertile soil. See again, first point, the northern plain has been formed by the deposition of sediments by three major river systems, namely Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra along with their tributaries. Second point, this plain is formed of alluvial soil. The plain is formed of alluvial soil. Now see, the deposition of alluvium in a vast basin lying foothill of the Himalayas over millions of years formed this fertile plain. Now see the area. It spreads over an area of 7 lakh square kilometer. The area of northern plain is 7 lakh square kilometer. The area of northern plain is 7 lakh square kilometer, and the plain is being about 2400 kilometer long. The length is 2400 kilometer, and it is 240 to 320 kilometer broad. And children, you know because it is plain land, it has fertile soil, so naturally it is a densely populated region of the India. It is densely populated physiographic division. You know, here the Bihar, West Bengal, UP are populous state here. So why population is high over here? Because it is the plain area, and plain area provide many facility. You have already learned about all that. And most important here is abundant water supply, and most important here is fertile soil. So it is a densely populated region. So it is a densely populated region with a rich soil cover combined with adequate water supply. You see various rivers here are, and river provides water. You know, river provides water. And you know, most of the Himalayan river, they are perennial. Perennial means having water throughout the year. So adequate water supply is here. And the climate is also, children, very favorable. The climate of northern plain is also very favorable, and due to its fertile soil, it is agriculturally a very productive part of India. So northern plain is the very productive part of India. Now children, see again the main features of the northern plain. The northern plain has been formed by the deposition of sediments by three major river systems, namely the Indus, the Ganga, the Brahmaputra river system. Then area is about 7 lakh square kilometer. Area of northern plain is 7 lakh square kilometer. Area is 7 lakh square kilometer, and it is, the plain is about 2400 kilometer long. The plain is about 2400 kilometer long. Length is 2400 kilometer long. Now recall the length of Himalaya. The length of Himalaya was also 2400 kilometer, and as the northern plain lies on the foothill of Himalayas, the length of northern plain is also 2400 kilometer, and it is 240 to 320 kilometer broad. Next feature is that it is a densely populated area. It is densely populated area, and it has fertile alluvial soil. It is composed of fertile alluvial soil, and it has adequate water supply. Next feature, it has adequate water supply and having favorable climate. Having favorable climate. So children, it is agriculturally a very productive part of India. It is very productive part of India. Now the river coming from the northern mountain are involved in depositional work. The river coming from the northern mountain, because in the northern mountain the slope is much steep, so the river erodes sediment from there and deposit it on the plain. So in the lower cases, due to the gentle slope, in the lower course of the river, due to the gentle slope, in the lower course of the river, due to the gentle slope is too much less here, so what the river do, the velocity of river decreases, which result in the formation of riverine island. Listen again, the river coming from the northern mountain are involved in depositional work. The river erodes sediments from the mountain due to the steep slope and deposit it on the plain. So in the lower course of the river, due to gentle slope, the velocity of the river decreases because the slope is gentle here. So the velocity of the river here decreases, which results in the formation of riverine island. Now children, you know Majoli in the Brahmaputra river is the largest riverine island in the world in Assam. Majoli in river Brahmaputra is riverine island and it lies in Assam. Majoli in Assam in Brahmaputra river. Keep in mind, Majoli in river Brahmaputra in Assam is the largest inhabited riverine island in the world. Keep in mind here, Majoli in the Brahmaputra river is the largest inhabited riverine island in the world, and it lies in Majoli lies in Assam. Now let's see riverine island. Riverine islands. Suppose here is a river, island form in it. The island which get formed in the river, these are known as riverine islands. So the riverine island develop in the river in their lower course. Example, Majoli is a riverine island which formed in river Brahmaputra in Assam. This is called riverine island. It is formed by the river and it lies in the river. The island which are formed by the river in it. It is called riverine island. And now see how it is formed. The river coming from the northern mountain. The river coming from the northern mountain, and you know in the mountain the slope is very steep. So the river erode and carry alluvial with them. The river coming from the northern mountain carry alluvium with them and do the depositional work. Now what happened in the lower course? The river at their lower course, and in the lower course what happens? The slope is very gentle. So in the lower course, due to the gentle slope, the velocity, the capacity of the river will be decreased. The capacity of the river to transport the sediment it carry, it will be difficult. So in the gentle slope, the velocity of the river will decreases, which results in the formation of riverine island. So in the lower course, due to gentle slope, the velocity of the river decreases, which result in the formation of riverine island. Example of riverine island, Majoli in Brahmaputra. So riverine island are the island which get formed in the river. Example, Majoli. Now children, let's see again the features of northern plain. In short, the northern plain is spread over an area of 7 lakh square kilometer. The northern plain spread over an area of 7 lakh square kilometer. It is 2,400 kilometer long, 2,400 kilometer long and 240 to 320 kilometer broad. Formed by the northern plain, formed by deposition of sediments by Himalayan and peninsular rivers. It is formed by the deposition of sediments by Himalayan and peninsular rivers. The rivers which are originating from Himalayas are called Himalayan river. The rivers which are originating from peninsular plateau are known as peninsular river. Then it is fertile plain. The northern plain is fertile plain. And why fertile? Because it is formed of alluvial soil. Northern plain is the fertile plain formed of alluvial soil. So because it is fertile, the soil is fertile here, so it is agriculturally productive part of the country. It is agriculturally productive. The northern plain is very productive and having adequate water supply. Why adequate water supply? Because various rivers are flowing over here, like Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra. Various rivers are here. It is agriculturally productive and having adequate water supply. So it is densely populated region. Northern plain is densely populated region. Populous states here are West Bengal, Bihar, UP. Depositional features here are riverine island, floodplain. Depositional features are riverine island, floodplain. So this is your homework. Write and learn 5 features of northern plain. Note down your homework. Write and learn 5 features of northern plain.